Hello, guys. We will be starting shortly. Hello, everyone, to a beautiful marshmallow evening full of enthusiasm, excitement, and eagerness bundled up in each one of you. I, Aishwarya Chandwarkar, the host for today's evening, warmly welcome you on behalf of Google Developer Student Clubs of Gokhale Education Society's College of Engineering for this grand closing ceremony of the Compose Camp event. The GDSC community provides a developing space for keen learners and problem solvers around the world. Under the direction of righteous leaders, a community flourishes. So, I would like to welcome one such KitKat leader who guides and directs the GDSC of our college, the lead herself, Gauri Suryavanshi. Under the leadership of our GDSC lead, the club raised its first campaign titled the Compose Camp. This camp focused primarily on introducing students to the Android community, the modern toolkits used like the Jetpack Compose, and laid out a well-knit roadmap for a smooth Android career for any Android enthusiast. A leader definitely gives direction, but you need a buddy to accompany you in that journey. To support, motivate, and overcome multiple turbulences in the process, we had a strong yet jelly bean like companion and a keen problem solver as the facilitator for the Compose Camp, Mr. Tanmay Bharambe. The entire team, with such donut pillars, pulled off the campaign in an amazingly colossal way. Unfortunately, we aren't satisfied with it yet. Ending it off without an expert interaction would be like offering a lollipop without a pop. I know you all have been eagerly waiting to chit chat with our guest speaker. So without delaying any further, I would request our lead, Gauri Suryavanshi, to introduce us to the expert speaker of our today's session.
Hey everyone, this is Gauri Suravanshi and thank you Aishwarya for the beautiful introduction of mine and sir. Also, I hope you all are doing great. And when starting a journey, we all need some guidance. So, to get started and proceed in our career. And that's why we are here with an expert Android, a consultant, a developer, Mr. Sambhaji Karad. Sambhaji sir have developed a lot of apps, including some apps that reach up to 10 million plus downloads. So I know you all are very excited to meet our expert today, and that's why, without any further delay, I would like to hand over the further flow to Sambhaji sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Gauri. Thank you, Aishwarya. I really appreciate your efforts and really thankful for inviting me here to some chit chat with the students. Yeah. So let's start the today's session. So my first question is, why should you learn Android app development? Okay, so there is a lot of reasons. You really love coding. You really love passionate about the mobile technologies. You really enjoying the Android applications. The features of Android, it's a completely free and open source, fastest growing technology. Then you can earn from it, develop problem and solving skills, enhance your creative and innovative thinking. So one of the best feature of learning Android development is that you will be able to use all qualities like creativeness, way of thinking, coding skills, cleanness of the real world. So okay, so let's start the session and discuss about me, Jetpack Compose UI, career in Android development and QA. Okay, so I'm a Sambhaji Karad. I'm an Android developer. So I specialize in a Java, Kotlin, and Android. I have completed my graduation in Bachelor of Computer Engineering from North Maharashtra University. So I have a 10 years of experience in Android development, and I care deeply about building the interface that are the usable and the pleasant of for the most of the number of people possibles. So experience in Android development. So I started my career from the college day. In a last year, we have a like a last semester we have a project. So I started. I decided I want to do like something different, and I decided to I want to like develop the Android app. So in that time in a market, we didn't like a lot of community, lot of the resource. Even we have internet problems. So that time I started my career in Android, and so I developed one of Android applications. So that application name is the drunk drive detections. By help of the device sensor, we build this application. Application has only three screens, and we got the some achievement from the like college and some appreciation from the principals and HOD. So in my 10-year experience, I have developed the 60 plus applications, and one of my applications have a 10 millions users. Okay, so today's important topics, Jetpack and trending topics in Android, Jetpack Compose. So Android is like a Google official owner, and Google always do something different in a word. They are always launching new technologies, new stack. Like they recently announced the Kotlin, then they launched the Flutter, and now they introduced the Jetpack Compose UI. So what is Jetpack Compose? So basically, Jetpack Compose UI. So it's like a mobile as well as web desktop UI. So Google had introduced in 2019. Then Jetpacks is like a modern UI toolkit which is designed to simplify UI development in a Android. Quick bringing your app like a less code, powerful tool, initiative Kotlin APIs, and it's make a building Android UI faster and easier. Okay, so features. So like when we started Android development, that time we have we are writing the EY in XML. Okay, so now we have a Jetpack Compose. So what is the difference between? What is the major differences? Like both have a different. We no need to layouts in a Jetpack Compose UI. So in a Jetpack Compose UI, we have a declarative UI. Then we no need to like write the recycle view, then atom of recycle view, then the adapter. So Jetpack Compose handle itself. Then navigation. So navigation is a very important part of the Android application, any applications. Like in currently when Jetpack Compose not in market, what we do, we like manually handle the Android navigations by help of the life cycles of the fragment and activity. So jetpacks provide the navigations. That navigations help us to navigate with multiple fragments and a backstack. So what backstack? Backstack is basically when you press the device back button, that time backstack calls and fragment transactions happen. Okay, so the important feature is like Jetpack composes animations. In a XML, it's a very difficult to create the animation and make the some creative animation. It's a very challenging task for us as a developer. As a product owner has a multiple requirements. Like I really want to different animations, but in XML it's a very different. But as compared with Jetpack Compose, it's a very straightforward. Jetpack Compose we provides the table and a great interface. So features. So like when any technology comes in a market, so they have like a features and a drawbacks, right? So let's discuss the first features and then let's discuss the drawbacks. So feature, what are the features have a Jetpack Compose? First feature is a low entry barrier. This is a based on my experience in the company. I'm working for the like any project, and recently new junior developer joined my team, and he was able to quickly grasp the idea and thinking in a compose. So that's the very interesting feature. Then the stable release for production use. So jet compacts have now recently they have released 1.0 stable version, and they have like uh, almost year ago releasing the alpha, and then now they have since like a time API and all in the become more mature. Okay, so the important feature is like Jetpack is not related to only for the Android. So it related to like you can build the desktop application, web applications, and Android applications. And this platform name is a Compose multi-platform. So currently this is in a alpha. Maybe in some days Google will move into production. So we can use that Jet Compose UI like in everywhere. So more fun. It's one of the feature of the Jet Compass. So like you no need to write a code like a boilerplate of the code in a Jet Compass. You can just the simpler assemble that view and visits, and you can start your the and enjoying your the view. And it's a high quality sources. So basically, what high quality? When you start the learning in a Jetpack Compass, there is a best places to learn the official examples, official documentations with details and examples. They have a dedicated side with lot of code labs. Then the development noticeable, faster, and more efficient. Why? I got a no number to prove it, but when you start the coding in a Jet Complex, you really feel that you have to try it. So less build time and app size. When you do something in a like a code, and that you want to see the preview, that's a very quickly the if you have used the 100% jet compact in your application, the apps are really low as compared to Kotlin, XML, and Java. So there are some advantages of jet compacts. Writing less code affect all stage of development. Like we have multiple stages, the like a release, debug, then productions. So whenever you change, that affects all code. Compose use the declarative API. Like by help of the Kotlin API, you can write down the any functions and methods. So Compose is capability all your existing code. You can integrate Compose code in your existing Kotlin and codes. So it is easy to update and easy to test. So it is a easy, compatible, and existing view present in an Android. Okay. So next is the drawbacks. Why? There five new feature has a drawbacks. Always there is a some drawbacks. Maybe some developers are not agree, so they call the drawbacks. But I will say it's not a drawbacks. It's like a just maybe some upcoming features they had not at release. So industry not standard at with Jet Compass UI. The interoperability is a great, but comes with little price. Preview issue. When you change anything, you need to rebuild and the every and each time. It's take time sometimes and it's cost developer speed. Then UI is login. It's UI is login in a debug mode. Maybe you will not face in a release mode, but we have like a different devices in a market. We have some Chinese ROM devices like a Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo's. So these are devices have a custom Android OSs. In that devices you can face maybe some UI login. Okay, so then next drawback is the some components are not supported and some feature are on the way. So right now they have some roadmaps. They have like official roadmap site. They are clearly mentioned some features components are not supported and some are the on the way. So testing like when you comes any new technology or any new framework, the QA team has faced lot of problem. How we can test, how we can like face this testing skill, like a test cases, then automated test cases. That's lot of things depends on this. So these are the drawbacks. So for Android, right? So like as in a student age or in a as a learning stage or in a college stage, we think about where I should in the next few years or in which technology I really want to make my career. So for Android first thing is a open source technology. We no need to pay 1 rupees to anyone. So then the hug device marketplaces. In we have a Play Store, then we have a Xiaomi official Play Store. Then different devices has their own marketplaces. Then the easier market entry. So we can easily make applications, then upload the application in any marketplace, and we can earn from it. Right. The number of variety job opportunities, the freedom, easy to learn, and the lot of community, then number of online courses. Job opportunities in Android development. Okay. So I decided I want to learn the Android, but is there any opportunity in a market or like how many percentage as compare other technologies? Like we have different mobile technologies. Like we can talk about the Flutter, React Native, and then a lot of technologies in a lot of frameworks. But for Android native or for Jet Compass UI. So right now in a Indian market, the most of people are using the Android phone, and everyone like wants the Android app. Suppose I have one website, so user asking or customer asking to that product owner, so we need an Android app. So can you provide it that application? So every product owner decided, I really want to build the Android application of my product. So the every industry, every product owner need a Android developer. So you can think about that. Every industry need an Android developer. That means we can say the almost 30 to 40% market open for Android developer. So talking about salary. So India have less salary for Android developer as compare other countries. So highest paying salary country is US. US is the most almost as a senior or a mid-level developer has almost 84 lakh above. And in India we can say mid-level, or if you have joined or you have just started your career in Android development, you can start with the 3 lakh to between 6 lakh. And if you mid-level developer, your package will be like between 6 to 12 lakh, and you have a good experience with a good knowledge, and above 3 years experience will get the about 12 lakh or 15 lakhs based on the industry, based on the product. So in Android development there is a multiple domains. Like what domain? So like we have a education domain, we have a video streaming domain, we have a network domain. So these are the different domains in Android development. So where do you want to do your career? I really want to some streaming applications. So I have a good experience with the streaming protocols. So I can explore more or I can do the code more. So there are a lot of other platforms, other domains. We have I'm my expertise in a network, so I can some implement the WIP protocol or different protocols in a network domain. So I can work in that tech, that company or that product. So these overall these the job opportunities in a Android development. So what is the process in whenever in any industry they have a different processes, but we have a standard process for the Android app development. So mostly for the development we follow the agile method, like we already learned the software development cycle. But Android development we cannot say the 100% fulfill our requirements. The Android development we need a first core idea what we are building. So in a core idea, we need a proper documentation of that requirement. We can gather the requirement. Then we think about the application development strategy on based on the core idea. So we can build some proper documentation of the core idea. Then we can think about the Android development strategy. We build the proper simple app document. In that document we can write now all the modules, all the features, all the requirements. Then next one is the wireframe. What is wireframe? Basically wireframe is a blueprint of the your Android applications. So wireframe mostly provided by the UI and UX team. Okay, so basically UI and UX provides the visual of the screens, what I have, where what exactly we need to show. I have suppose design the flash screen. So at the center of the we'll put the logo, and the bottom of that logo we can put the app name. Like these kind of the wireframes UX team provide us. Then the next phase is the user experience and user experience testing. What we feel in applications. Right now we have get the idea, then strategy, then wireframe, now the user experience testing. Suppose a user really enjoy this UI or really useful for these users, we can think about, we can note down that points, and then we started the application design. So in that phase, we build the UI first, then started the development like API integration or any third party integrations. Whenever we complete the application development, we release on the beta, on a app distributions by we have multiple platforms for app distributions. Most of the developers are using the Firebase distributions. It's a completely open source, and it's also Google one of the product. Okay, so after we complete the development of any one feature, we release the beta distribution app. Then QA team download that applications and verify that the feature is working fine, meet with the all test cases, and they give us the green signal. Everything is working fine. If they found any issue, they reported us. Most of the company using the tools for the reporting issues and the task management. Whenever we get the green signal from QA team, we release the application in a Play Store. This is called the deployment. So overall, this is the industry process for the Android application. And thank you guys. So now it's time to questions.
Hey, so that was nice listening
Yeah,
all
thank
this
you.
from you. So, hey guys, do you have any question? You can just ask in the chat box. Till that, I will ask my personal question. Means I have some doubt from my side. So,
Sure.
when I started Android development, there was something like, how should I start? Means from what type of courses should I select or what to do? Because I was unaware of all these Google courses which we
Right.
provide to our
Correct.
students who have joined the club. So, at that time, what we should do? how to select a proper course for us.
See, uh, I first already told, Android is open source. You no need to pay to anyone to learn the Android. So Google have official website. Uh, they have like a development.android.com. You can, I will suggest use that website, or like you can follow the some top developer, they have already uh, built some videos regarding the each and every topics. You can search on the YouTube. There the lot of developers has do this, but I will suggest go with the development.android.com. So
Okay.
Google has already put it there the details, what exactly we have to do and what we have to learn. They have provided the examples, they have provided the syntax, they have community link in there.
Okay, sir. Then second thing I would just like to ask is, while developing, like as a student, when I start developing, at lot many times I get stuck at a problem or at an error or something. I just don't get how to solve this error or how to go ahead with the idea. So at that time, how we should communicate? How at that time what we should do? Like I used to try to contact different Android developers on LinkedIn, but at that time it doesn't work. They don't reply on time or they don't give
Agree.
us the proper answer. So at the time, what we should do?
So in that case, you have to identify the first. I will say identifies the cause. Whenever you stuck it anywhere, there might be something you have do wrongly did. So firstly, find out the root cause. And if you really need a help, the first our friend is the Stack Overflow. You can post on a Stack
Yeah.
Overflow, or you can search on a Stack Overflow. The second thing, Stack Overflow not help us. So you really need help from the any other developer. You can prepare your queries in a very shortly. Everyone is busy with that personal and professional life. So
Yeah.
most of developer busy with that, or maybe most of developer has a working 10 hours or 12 hours, and really they didn't get time to reply. So
Yeah.
you can prepare your query in very short and put on the LinkedIn in your post, make a more developer connections and put in that, join some open source community. Facebook have a lot of Android community, LinkedIn have a lot of community groups. Join that communities, post there, and started using the communities. When you stuck, we have also Slack communities. You can open source Slack communities, you can join them, you can post there. In a Slack you really get help within a 10 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, sir, we have some questions in the chat box. Like we can go with the first one.
Yes.
What would you? What would be the ideal roadmap for an Android developer?
Yes, like ideal roadmap, first you everyone knows the oops, right? So you need a clear oops idea. If you really think I'm very good with the object oriented programming, then first I will suggest go with the core Java, then understand the properly object oriented concepts, then go with the Kotlin, then understand the what exactly Kotlin introduce. Both have object oriented programming language, then understand the properly Kotlin. Then I will say start the Android. What Android? Start from the basic. What exactly did Android? How we can more progress in a short time. So you need to prepare the proper plan for that. So start with the basics thing. Create the some small texts, then changes with that texts by help of the XML or by help of the programming. So we can set the text color by in a XML or by in a Java or Kotlin. So we can make this kind of roadmaps. The first start with go with basic physics, then start with the recycle view, then grid view, then nested scroll view with multiple recycle views, then horizontal recycle views, and then go with the tab layouts, then the multiple view pager. Android also has introduced the view pager too. They have a constant layouts, and try to use the constant layouts. I will suggest everyone to, if you really want to start your career in Android development, please do not use or do not start with the linear or relative. Start with the constant.
Yeah, I also would suggest the same. Okay, then we have next question.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
A few questions would be answered by me and Aishwarya as well. A few questions that we think you should answer, we'll be passing on it to you. So now we have one
Sure.
question. How should a beginner start their Android journey, Android development journey? So
Tanmay, you can like go with that question.
yeah, I can relate with it.
Yes, right.
So starting with an development journey is not that difficult thing. As we know, we are in the initial phases of our career. We can just shift towards all the different developments. You can just go and try on with Android development as well. You have all the courses provided by us. Also, lot many courses are available on YouTube and other social media handles. You can just take an idea, start a project, and once you start with the project you will learn all the other things simultaneously. So I think that would be an efficient way to start a journey. Okay, if sir wanna say something, please. Hello.
What Tanmay?
Okay, you would like
I
to add
think
on something?
no, 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 no. It's fine. Yeah.
Then we have next question from Umesh. In your journey of Android development, any of the mistake that you have made and you would like to suggest us to avoid that mistake? Yeah, I would
Yes,
also like to
yes.
ask the same.
Are really interesting questions. So I already mentioned one of my app have a, like 10 millions downloads and active users has a almost 6 million. 6 million is like a 6 lakh active users. And while developing, we are introducing the real feature in that applications. Okay. So in that real feature, I called one API in every screen. So in API, so suddenly the cloud billing and everything was changed. And after some days, everyone realized we did a one mistake and who did this. So everyone said Sambhaji did this. So that time I don't know how really do this, or maybe I forget this how by best practices to handle this. So I will suggest like definitely if any we do any mistake, so we have in a development we have a QA team or verify with the QA team, or if you are new in that product, so you will communicate with your team member, discuss with your team. So I'm doing this. Is the correct way or not?
Okay, I think we all should learn from this because this I also did the same mistake. I used Firebase everywhere, and later on, once the Firebase rules and regulation changed, my app was collapsed.
Oh,
Exactly. We need to be agile with the current situation, right?
right.
Yeah,
And nowadays, Google has strict policies. So they are
Exactly.
introducing everyday new policies, new privacies. So we really need to take care of these things.
Yeah.
yeah. So Neha is asking, what if we want to convert my old XML app to Compose? So is it possible to do that? I think we need
And
to code the complete app again.
correct, right.
That's the lengthy
Right
work.
now we don't have any like a converter tool for to XML to Z complex. Maybe in some days or next year, within a year, we'll get some GitHub open source library to do that.
Are this converter that efficient?
Yes, most efficient.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't have a way out right now. We have to completely code it once again.
Right.
Lengthy work.
Yeah.
So, so Ganesh Sham is asking, how should we start with the project? Okay, I would like to just add on with his question. Means I would also add like, for the new beginners or the new students who are coming up to our event watching us and they are excited to start with Android journey. So what can be the basic app they can create, or after creating that app they would be motivated to do more apps, to create more apps? Any starting apps that would you like to suggest after looking back at your journey कि यार दिस ऐप शुड आई हैव टू, मतलब ये ऐप तो मैंने पहले बनाना चाहिए था और ये ऐप मैंने बनाने चाहिए था करियर के स्टार्ट में.
See, in Indian market we have a lot of Android applications. I will say in every possible ideas has an Android app, right? And like I will say whenever you get idea, it's completely your idea, your thoughts, your strategies. So when you thinking about any idea, so let put on paper, start the writing of that idea, make a proper documentations, and then start the project development. Then think about the project, then think about the applications, and then think about the multi-platforms. Like I really want to make a application only Android based or iOS based or multi-platform, and then think on the marketing strategy. Like some of the applications, so if you really want to like earn some money from the play stores, from AdMobs, you can build the smaller education applications. You can put there your thoughts. You can like grab the things from the internet and make a proper in your thoughts and build that application.
Okay, so Ganesh, I has again posted something. So can you tell me more about the project development? Because I have some ideas but don't know how to gather resources or which existing app should I refer.
Okay, so first thing, like you have idea, so you completely think about your idea. So first, like prepare the documentations. Though every project, every application, so must needed is the documentations. Without documentation you can't do in a development. Why? So like I thinking like I have one idea and then started development. Okay, in a development, and I forget something, and I didn't recognize that things, but you've already documented that things, so it will help a lot. So reference, any other reference, if you have an idea and similar to other, so I will suggest don't clone. In Indian market, we have a habit clone the applications. If you are cloning the applications, like just copy and paste. I'm searching something on Stack Overflow, copy the paste and copy that code and pasting in my code. So yeah, similar idea. So like you are building the some community applications. So I will suggest refer the LinkedIn, Facebook. LinkedIn and Facebook have very efficiently handled the community model. Like they have everything, like number of posters, then post contents, then the like, then comment, then reactions, then shares. They everything managed very properly way. So find out similar way, and if you are really want to refer some any other, so think about that app. It has quality app. They have proper way to build it, and then you can refer it.
Okay, so I have just one doubt which I got right now after
Yes,
on
yes.
talking all this. Okay, if we start with Android development, we learn different things. Okay, I might be good at back end work and Aishwarya might be good at front end work. So are there different roles in Android that just they hire front end developers who will develop UI UX, or they just hire a back end developer, or they hire the one who have both the knowledge? Okay, I know that preferable one would be the same who has both the knowledge, but what about the two? Like I am not good at graphics, but I'm good at back end. So what are my career opportunities?
See, in a market we have a different role and different positions. Like you really have a good knowledge in a backend or database, so I will choose, you can choose the backend technology and do your career in a backend. You are really creative in a paintings and a graphics, you really understand the user interface of the applications, you really understand the UI components, then I will suggest you can choose the UI UX or graphics designer. You really know the color combinations. You can say we have a lot of applications in a Play Store. Some application have a fantastic UI, and some applications even completely distorted. Like we can say like that. How we can say, so like that.
Yeah.
So and another thing, like front end, it's a like we have a different technology for front end. We have like HTML, CSS, then Angolars. These are the front end technologies. UI UX, what we need to like understand the photo studios and the related studios, like related the tools. Like we have Illustrator, then the Adobe tools, then Sketch, the different tools. And for backend developer, we have like a database knowledge and the backend technologies knowledge. And for Android developer, we need a UI plus API integrations plus business logic of the Java, how we writing the logic in a Java, how we are connecting with the API services, and how we are connecting with the UI.
Okay, so one of our friend is asking, what's the name of your app? So can you count out
Sorry,
few
I
names?
can't disclose that name. They
Okay, you
have
can.
some
Okay.
privacy and policy.
Yes, going on with the next question. Okay, so Advait has a question. If I have made some apps, I want to upload them on the Play Store, then how much do I have to pay and how much will I earn?
Yeah, I really waiting for these questions. So I build the application. So what? So Google have a $25 charge for lifetime. They're providing the Google Play consoles, and in that consoles we can upload n number of applications. They have like recently or starting time they have 2 GB space, but right now they don't have any specific for sizes, so you can upload n number of applications. So you have built already application, then in a market we have lot of advertisement platforms. So like in a market we have like a Facebook advertisement, LinkedIn advertisement, and Google ad mob. So you can integrate Google ad mobs in a proper places, like a bottom, then list, between the list, and then some like full screen videos advertisements. Like that you can integrate, you can publish application on Play Store, share with your friends, share with on a communities, get the more downloads, and start the earning.
Great, perfect.
Okay, I can say Advait, just don't do development by earning purpose. Just learn first,
Right.
money will come automatically.
Correct.
Exactly. Okay, so the next question is, are internships available based on Compose and Kotlin? And how will we know about available internships?
Tanmay, you can go with this question.
Okay, basically, I haven't seen any type of internship right now in the market related to Compose, but I have seen a lot of shift from Java to Kotlin recently. Like when I was searching for internship for myself, I have seen many of the companies hiring Android developers for converting their own apps from Java to Kotlin. But talking about Compose, genuinely, I don't think so. There is any industry currently plays having a large role for Compose right now. And moving ahead with how to know about the available internship, the pro tip from my side would be start searching for the startups. So, pro point of working in a startup is your name gets added to the contributors list, which is highly impossible when the company is rolling on. So, start to work in an startup companies, and moreover just try searching on LinkedIn and try messaging few of the Android developers and ask them for your reference, their references. They would help you a lot. I hope you got your answer.
I would like to add, and your contribution to the community can also be a plus point in that. So keep developing your apps and post them on your GitHub accounts or any open source communities.
Yeah. Okay. Gaurav has said something has Java is still dominating market and Kotlin is new in Android and Google itself is promoting Dart Flutter more than Kotlin. So is it a good idea to go with Kotlin for Android? Okay, I can say one thing here. If Java would be that dominating, Google won't declare Kotlin as their official language. So I think Kotlin is more dominating than Java because all the companies are nowadays shifting towards Kotlin. Most of the higher companies like Zomato has already shifted themselves, and all the companies are in progress to shift towards the Kotlin because it's easier and less to code, and also easy to access if there is any problem in the app.
Right.
And talking about Flutter, they are promoting Dart and Flutter because it's a new technology and it's a technology where you can develop everything at one place. You can talk about websites, you can talk about applications and all the different things. So they might be promoting Flutter, but Kotlin also has a dominating nature with five more than 5.8 million developers, having a developers community of more than 5.8 million. So we can't comment on all this because everything has its pro, everything has its cons. When you talk about Flutter and Kotlin, they are two different things. Just try not to merge them.
Yes. The next question. So the next question is, sir, who has more demand in the industry, a front end or a back end developer?
Okay. So in a like industries, as already said, we have different roles and positions. But like I will say, in a market, completely depend on a future. If some what we really don't know what happen in the future. The same happen with the like positions or the demand. Like currently in a market, completely open as for the positions and a salary hike, full stack developer. You can learn front end and a back end and really become the full stack. You really good with your career and you really grow with your career.
Okay,
So
so I
try
have
with like try some front end technology, then back end technology, and build yourself like a full stack developer. If you really don't want to become a full stack developer, so you can choose the back end. So every product have a back end requirement. So that's the demanding position for right now in the market.
okay, sir. I have an interesting question which has just popped up in the chat box. It's from
Yes,
Ketan. He's asking, can we deploy ML models directly with the help of Kotlin?
I'm not sure, Tanmay, really.
Okay, we
Yes,
can just check it out there on Google or Stack
yes,
Overflow. They will surely
right.
help us.
The ultimate problem solver.
Yeah, and
All
that
right.
was just fun talking with you, sir. I just really
Yeah,
enjoyed this talk. I hope
yeah.
our audience also had did the same. Anyone having any question can just drop it down first, or we will be wrapping up this Q&A session.
I guess we have covered a very diverse type of questions ranging from everything.
We have few comments
Yeah.
also, like
Thank you,
thanks a
everyone.
lot, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Naneshwari also says thank you. Thank you, sir. Sanskruti says thank you, sir. Yeah, so I think we can move ahead with the further flow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. That was an amazingly interactive session indeed. I would like to thank our expert speaker and facilitator for clearing all the doubts and guiding our audience over their Android journey. This officially brings us to the conclusion of the Compose Camp. But moving forward, taking names like Marshmallow, Jelly Bean, Kit Kat, and Lollipop literally made my mouth water. No, Tanmay, I didn't mean the Android versions here. I meant the actual desserts. Rushing over to the nearest store to buy some now. But wait, before that, I would surely like to connect with all the GDSC platforms with the GDSC club of our college for more such fun learning campaigns. So you guys don't forget to connect with us on all our social media handles whose links are given in the description below. We also request you to fill in the last check in form for this event. The link of the form will be given in the chat box and it is also provided in the description. To avail the certificate for the successful completion of the Compose camp, it is mandatory for you to complete the entire course, whose link is also given in the description below. So, for your reference, you can just go on and see in the description box. Now, off I go to a non Android store to buy some desserts. See you soon at our next campaign. Until then, stay safe,
Yeah,
stay
Aishwarya.
tuned, and keep learning.
Okay, before wrapping up or saying the last buy of Compose Camp, I would just like to say, hey guys, try completing the courses as soon as possible because they are just available to you all for an limited time period. Moreover, you won't get certificates without the batches if you haven't shown us the batches. So try sharing your Google developer profile link in the chat in the check-in form. We'll be checking your batches from there. And I hope you have a happy learning journey. And still, if you have any doubt in Android or any other things related to Compose Cam or any other GDSC doubts, you are free to contact us anytime, anywhere, anywhere. I mean, in college. So happy learning. Hey, Ishwar, you can continue.
Yeah, so I would highly recommend everyone to complete the course and provide your profile links, as Tanmay has already said. And without any further ado, we would like make sure you also fill in the check-in form without fail.
I think we can take this question. Shiv Shambhu is asking, there are many apps in the market on every problem. So how can we start with an app development? So hi Shiv, talking to telling you, I know there are many problems, or there are all the possible solutions on that problem, but we are living in a 21st century having Android everywhere all around us. So list of the problem doesn't solve, and list of your creative thinking to a new approach to that problem won't stop. Try having brainstorming sessions on it. You will get a new solution and you can create a new app on the same problem, different and unique one.
Yeah, moreover, adding to that, it also depends on the user's expectations. What kind of app they expect. So personalized apps are always there in the market, and you can always keep upgrading the existing UI or the things that work in the industry right now.
So time for a final bye. Bye guys, take care, happy learning.
Yes, bye, and see you soon.